should also be provided with optics. In this case, a simple set of binoculars of commercial grade, desirable to have any kind of optics as opposed to no optic technology. In the example that's given here, we also have a Russian spotting scope, handheld, of course, or these can be established with a monopod or a tripod as needed, and they can be improvised utilizing sticks or other components in the field. Well, of course, the other important option with regard to any type of operation of this type is communications. Now, hands-off communications are still the best and are available in many different types of systems, but the multi-channel FM short-range transmitters are an excellent option, have been tested extensively by both the Colonial Marines and regular militia formations and regular military units around the nation, around the world, and we find that these particular systems are very desirable. This particular model is a 5-channel, which means you have 5 separate frequencies to choose from, and these types of systems can also be used effectively with fire teams and squads in combat operations when you are a platoon commander. Consider this, that the squad leader can have one system with 5 frequencies, and in the process, each individual squad or fire team can be on only one frequency with a single channel radio. The advantage is there will be no multi-channel clatter inside the earpiece of an operator. He will hear only the frequency that he needs to, talking to his own troops. The squad leader can have a multi-channel transmitter so that he can communicate with the platoon leader and with other squads, and yet then isolate his communications to talk to his own people as needed. Consider this, you have 5 different frequencies, so you can have 4 separate squads and a command element on their own channels. Another option, of course, are simple handheld radios. There are many different types, both in FM, AM, 2 meter, 4 meter, also 20, 30, yes, 60 and 80 depending upon crystals, and of course how much money you want to spend. Obviously, what we're looking at here is a very economical solution. They can also, of course, be in CB. This is a more advanced system here, a little bulkier perhaps, but again, we're taking advantage of existing on-shelf technology. What we wanted to demonstrate is that there are many different antennas to choose from also, depending first of all upon mission type and also the requirements of the individual radios themselves. Now, unlike the headset units, which have a built-in whip system which wraps around the top of the head, around the crown of the head, these individual systems are retractable if you use the model, similar to what I'm using for a pointer right now, or are rubberized, armored, flexible antennas, which can take a great deal of abuse in the field. Again, at your discretion, you'll need to choose the technology that will, first of all, obviously suit your budget. Second of all, also suit the tactical needs of your environment. There are restrictions with all of the different types of communication that are used. Remember that in many cases, even though the systems are fairly sophisticated and fairly modern, they're still limited for the most part of line-of-sight communications. One of the interesting things you should note with all of these radios is if you read the back of them, you will find that under FCC guidelines, all of these radios had to accept a specific amount of interference by law. They are intentionally reduced in range and capability because the government wanted it that way. So you need to evaluate the technology that's available, find out what will best suit your needs, and then employ it properly, test it, and experiment with it. Now we're going to turn over here for just a moment, and there's something you may have noticed sitting off to the side. While we certainly have a lot of weapons that make noise, understand that the personal fighting weapon, especially the knife, is a silent weapon. The objective behind an operation of this type is not to make any noise and not to be noticed. So before this thing that goes boom is used, in many cases this may be the preferred weapon of choice under certain circumstances. It's highly recommended that if you are going to purchase any type of blade weapons, again, you need to do research with regard to fit to the individual operator. There are many adept individuals who can recommend different systems for you. And again, the knife, like the handgun, for the most part, is a personal choice firearm. Or a personal choice weapon, just as the handgun is a personal choice firearm. There are many people who argue back and forth about different technologies, different systems, different equipment that's available. But remember, when push comes to shove, it's a matter of whether or not this will go where it's supposed to and continue to function after you've used it the first time. In all cases, as we are demonstrating here, ammunition is the base for everything that's being done. You will notice, of course, first of all, that the ammunition is being properly stored in a conventional munitions can of some type. Remember, the government already did the research. You can't do much better. Take advantage of existing shelf technology. And also make sure that you are consistent with the ammunition. You will notice that here again we're using a specific grade of ammunition that is peculiar to the type of weapon being used. And again, consistency is crucial. We're looking at quality technology, mated with a quality weapon system, you come up with an excellent end result. While this next phase has been covered by many different authors in the last couple of years, chemical warfare protection and also safety protection devices are very important. There will be another tape, and there will be other work that has already been generated by other people on chemical warfare protection. But we do need to review the basic technology. This mask, of course, is the M15 combat mask used by the Israeli military, though probably made by the German government. This has a standard voice emitter, a drinking station, and of course has a forward-mounted gas mask filter. It has a triangular eyepiece with a wider angles and directional access so that the operator is not as claustrophobic. It also gives them better peripheral vision, which is important especially in a combat situation. And it should be noted that, of course, these masks, for the most part, have been coming out virtually new in the box, unissued. Now, at this point in time, I'd like to point out several features of this particular mask as it shows up. First of all, it is as a new package in a plastic overbag, which covers all the devices that you see here, with the exception of this, which was an add-on system. One of the pieces that is usually misunderstood or not properly identified is this particular device. And for most of you who are concerned with training with your chemical warfare protection, rather than opening up and breaking the seal on the filters as they presently exist, you are provided with an excellent training aid. The restrictive hole that is in the base of this particular device is designed, when screwed into place, to simulate the suction of a standard gas mask filter. This allows you to train without compromising what is in many cases a very expensive replacement item. You may notice that the nomenclature on this particular